4-5 months of keeping my braids in because I told y'all I got the carpet hair. I'm finna get a perm because I gotta get my hair braided and that shit hurt. And so, yeah, I'm not doing this again. And one more week is gonna be 1 year anniversary since I had a perm. And I'm not finna keep the natural shit going. I'm gonna keep that for the bitches that don't got this carpet ass hair I got. But yes, this shit is getting permed. I don't know what to tell y'all. I'm gonna clock back in tomorrow and let y'all know how I go.
So we're at the end of my natural hair live series, and I was actually going to do a completely different live for this last video until I came across this comment on the Shade Room and then also saw this clip. From the moment that we go natural, I think the messaging is pretty clear. There are these ideas that if I can just get my hair to grow long, I'll automatically feel confident. Once I hit shoulder length, it'll all be worth it. If I get my hair past the awkward stage, I'm finally gonna feel pretty. But the truth is that hair length does not fix the internalized texturism that so many of us carry around without realizing it. Like Glorilla. If you look at Glorilla and you look at these pictures of her natural hair, which I believe look beautiful, a lot of us would kill to have her long natural hair, but she still can't really even stand the sight of it. Why? Because she's not proud of it. She doesn't see it as beautiful. She compared it to carpet in a trap house. And what's the most sad about this whole thing is that she's not the only one who feels this way about her hair. Now, what's crazy to me is that when I looked at the comment section, there's this comment that has over 25,000 likes. And she's pretty much telling us that we all need to calm down on criticizing her because she's a performer and obviously, you know, she can't wear her hair out like that, blah, 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 yada, 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 yada. But let's take a look at what Glorilla's words actually were. She didn't say she's too busy to maintain it. She didn't say I'm a performer, so I can't wear my hair out. She said she would love to leave her hair out, but she doesn't because her hair looks like a carpet. That has nothing to do with her being a performer. That has everything to do with her hating her hair texture. It's crazy to me the amount of cope that we continue to shovel out because we are so reluctant to want to admit that a lot of us Black women still are struggling with texturism. In spite of being years removed from the beginning of the natural hair movement, a lot of us are still struggling with that concept, and it's fine to struggle with it. But let's be honest. Let's not make excuses and try to justify it and paint it as something that it's not. That's the core of the issue to me. But what I found encouraging is that there were other individuals in that comment section who clearly did see that this type of rhetoric, especially from a celebrity on the internet, is wrong. Yes, of course, it's her hair, and yes, of course, she's entitled to feel however she wants to feel about her hair. But at the same time, we can't ignore the fact that her view on her hair is a reflection of something deeper and broken within us in this society. It's not just about one celebrity, it's about this culture that continues to teach us that our coily, kinky hair is simply not good enough. And this is why mindset, to me, has always been such an important aspect of a natural hair journey. Let me ask you a question. Why is it that if you go to Google, why is the question, how do I grow my type 4 hair, one of the top natural hair searches on Google, but the question, how do I love my type 4 hair, almost never comes up? That's not just a coincidence, that's a mirror. We focus so much on routines, on products, on length checks, which I totally get as someone who's looking to grow their hair and does all of that stuff. But we focus just on that aspect and ignore the most important aspect of the journey, which is our mindset. Healing the relationship, the broken relationship that we have with our texture. Because if you still see your hair as too much, as unprofessional, as nappy, as trap house carpet, it doesn't matter how long your hair grows, you will always run to hide it. You will always over manipulate it, and you will always feel insecure about it. And what is most ironic to me about this is a lot of the actions that we take to hide and deal with this texture that we can sometimes hate ends up destroying that texture, breaking that texture to where our hair gets shorter and shorter or remains at the same length forever. It's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy that we are punished for this self-hatred that we continue to put on ourselves. But so many of us can't see it or are choosing not to see it. Here are some questions that I had to ask myself along my journey to try to check myself and see whether or not I was making up excuses as to why I didn't feel comfortable wearing my natural hair. Why do I only want to wear my hair after a fresh relaxer or after I've just straightened it with a hot iron? 2. Why do I feel more presentable when I'm wearing a wig? 3. Why do I immediately find myself apologizing for the state of my hair when it's in its most natural form to other people around me? Unprompted, I might add. 5. Why do I never seem to want to wear my natural hair to special events, but only around family or inside the house where it feels more safe? 6. Why do I feel embarrassed by the shrinkage that my hair is inevitably going to do when I get caught in a rainstorm or if I'm swimming in a pool with other people who don't have my hair texture? If you resonated with any of those questions, don't feel bad. It's not just you. We have all been there at some point. But once you realize that, it becomes time to do the inner work alongside the outer work of caring for your hair physically. I want to be super clear that I'm not mad at Glorilla. I'm not trying to cancel her, drag her, or any of that type of nonsense. Because I understand that her mindset is simply a symptom of a larger cultural issue. But at the same time, us who are aware and awake of what that type of rhetoric does to especially young Black girls should not just normalize it. I believe that we can have empathy for someone's struggles while also holding them accountable. Those two things can exist simultaneously. Yes, it's her choice how she chooses to style and wear her hair, but it's also her choice what type of words and verbiage she chooses to use to describe her hair and then share on her platform that reaches millions of Black women. Because the next time a 15-year-old Black girl hears her talk about her hair that way, she may also internalize it and start to look at her hair as just a carpet. At the end of the day, the hardest part of this natural hair journey will always be the mindset. And once that is conquered, once that is established, growing it and being happy at every stage while you're growing it will come so much easier, because that will allow you to love your texture when it's undefined, to love it when it's frizzy, to love it when it shrinks, to love it when it doesn't cooperate, and most importantly, to love it even when the people around you don't. That is a testament to real self-love and real transformation. So to wrap this series up, I just want to say that you don't have to wait for your hair to be long to feel worthy. You don't have to manipulate your curls to feel beautiful. Your hair is enough right now, just as it is. And if you want to grow it, of course you absolutely can. But I hope you realize that the natural hair journey is about so much more than just how many inches you have down your back. Why do you think that so many women struggle to accept their texture, even when they have beautiful full hair like Glorilla? And what do you think it'll take to finally end that for most women once and for all? And I also want to announce that while it's not ready, it's still under construction, I am going to be dropping my very own hair blog and website very soon. I thought it was going to be done this week, but it's still a bit under construction. So I will make sure to drop all the details about that and the additional hair information that I'm going to be putting on that site. So if you want to hear the updates about that and the different things that I'm going to be doing there, then make sure to subscribe to the channel.